I decided not to say anything about those achievements. My decision was to talk only about his character. And that character is defined to me by two distinct categories. These categories don't define typical and mundane, but do at least to me define Steve Seelig and separate him from most. They are not mutually exclusive, for he is first a friend and second a leader. Let's start with friendships. I want to save leadership for the end. Steve has many friends. There are business friends, political friends, community friends, family friends. The list goes on. Friendship is a mutual thing. It requires giving and understanding. It requires love and caring. It requires responsibility and obligations. Friendship is built to last. It should never be taken for granted. It should be honored and, in fact, revered. Steve has so many friends not because of status or positions or legacy, but because he cares about all of us. He will give back more than what he gets, and he enjoys it. He relishes it, in fact. So much so that you can never seem to have dinner with him alone. There is always another friend. Ralph Waldo Emerson defines a friend when he says, "A friend may well be a masterpiece of nature." A friend is never known till a man or woman has need. So long as we love, we serve. So long as we are loved by others, we are indispensable. And no one is useless while he has a friend. And to many here, Steve has made us feel useful. This is his gift. We need to acknowledge, and do in fact acknowledge, that gift of friendship this evening. So first a friend, and then a leader. Thousands of books written, thousands of words written on the subject. Here are some. In Good to Great, a business book, the author describes his 4 characteristics that apply here tonight. Display humility and will. Have strong ambitions and drive for the good of the business or the organization, with ego in check. Do not focus on personal gains or fame. The leader's ambition is for others' total success. Clearly, Steve represents all of those descriptions. We all know the examples. He takes no credit. He works to achieve the end result for all the participants. His energy metastasizes through the organization, and never for publicity, but for doing right. As he says, you can't do wrong by doing right. Fame is never the goal, but the feeling he gets from his giving to others. In the Broadway musical Damn Yankees, the baseball team I'm talking about, has the team manager of the old Washington Senators singing the song, "You Gotta Have Heart," to his players. The line I remember most: when your life is dark and dreary, get your chin up off the floor, all you need is heart. Steve adds heart to his leadership. Heart improves performance. Heart drives respect. Heart puts love in the work and drives incentive for others to follow. Many of you are here tonight because you have been involved with Steve as a leader. You are not here because you have to be. That's why this is the largest award attendance ever in the history of this city. Finally, in a speech given in January 1961 to the state legislature of Massachusetts by then President-elect Jack Kennedy, clearly defines Steve Seelig in words as if it was written for him. I paraphrase and quote, "For those to whom much is given, much is required. And when at some future date there is a judgment on each of us, whether in our span of service we fulfilled our responsibilities, our success or failure will be measured by the answers to 4 questions. Were we truly people of courage? Were we truly people of judgment? Were we truly people of integrity? Were we truly people of dedication. Steve qualifies on all four. This honor is not his first, nor will it be his last. Courage, judgment, integrity, and dedication. How many of us can be counted that way? Only a few are chosen to answer those calls. It is my special privilege, my honor, to introduce to you the one who has answered and will continue to answer that call. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, our friend, America's friend, Atlanta's friend, and Israel's friend, Steve Seelig. This case comes off, so be careful.
Is that all you got? Well, it's somewhat embarrassing, but if you ever want to receive an award, call on Mike Levin. And I have to say that I'm president of the Mike Levin Fan Club, and never more than today. He is a treasure, and I'm deeply grateful for those kind, embarrassing words. So, hi, everybody. So never in my wildest dreams did I think 1,000 people plus would come to the Cobb Energy Center to hear me speak. I really can't believe it. Wait a minute. Hold on. My phone is ringing. What? Who? Oh, you mean Seth Meyers is here? Really? Really? Seth Meyers, huh? Okay, oops, never mind. But I seriously cannot begin to tell you how humbled I am to be standing here receiving this recognition tonight. The past Lifetime Achievement Award recipients are heroes of mine. They are the people who built our community. Let me list them quickly. Erwin Zabin, Gerald Cohen, Sidney Fellman, Bill Bremen, Elliot Goldstein, Irving Greenberg, Meyer Balser, Sherwin Glass, Nate Lipson, Bernie Marcus, Jack Friedman, Betty Ann Jacobson, Asher Benader, and Jerry Horowitz. As was said, when I was president of the Federation in 1996, I did ask my great friend Elliot Arnovitz to chair a committee to give recognition to someone who has exemplified a lifetime of commitment and involvement with the Jewish Federation of Greater Atlanta. I can guarantee you, never did I think that I would be one of its recipients. I wanted this award to be given at the annual meeting so that no one, not friends, not family, not members of the community, would have to pay anything to recognize the recipient. How's that working out for all you tonight? The simple fact is that I'm luckier than anyone has a right to expect. I had loving parents who instilled in me the family motto of you can never do wrong by doing right. I have a wonderful, supportive wife who still wakes up cute every single morning. I have amazing children who are each making their own marks in our community. And I have 14 grandchildren. You saw only 8 of them here tonight. That's right, 14 who I cherish and who are the joy of my life. In addition, I have the most wonderful group of friends that anyone could ever ask for. They are always there, whether it be good times or bad. They are supportive and understanding and a heck of a lot of fun. And I have loyal, smart business associates, many of whom are here tonight, that I trust and rely on every single day. So I have a lot of people to thank tonight, but I'll try to do it quickly. First of all, Andra London, that was beautiful. Thank you for incorporating my family into your beautiful performance there. She is a treasure. And I have to say again, Mike Levin, I just simply love you. Thank you for presenting me this award. I also have the most amazing sister. My sister is the one who dreamed of the fact that we need a community event in the city. And Kathy, I know how hard you have worked to make this night a success, and I thank you and I love you and your entire family. And although they have been mentioned before, they'll really get on my butt if I don't mention them again. And that's the chairs of the evening, Debbie and David Dermer. This is in alphabetical order, by the way. David and Debbie Dermer, Lila and Doug Hertz, Edie and Steve Coonan, and my niece and nephew, Amy and Brian Lewis. So I want to thank them. I want to thank Erica Raban with the Federation, who I think more than anyone else has put all of her time into this. And she's about to have a baby, I think. So I thank you all, and I thank the sponsors and members of the host committee. And I want to tell you that I'm just deeply grateful. So over the years, I have been asked why I travel so much. Why do I spend so much time volunteering on behalf of the Jewish community? Two quick stories that those of you that have heard me speak before will be familiar with, but the lessons learned by these stories have seared into my brain, and whenever and wherever I speak, whether it be in someone's living room in Portland, Oregon, at a dinner in Hartford, Connecticut, or at a rally in Atlanta, Georgia, I always try to relate these stories and how it affects my philosophy of community. The first occurred in Israel on a mission. We went to the military cemetery outside Jerusalem, where the young men and women, really boys and girls, are buried there who gave their lives for the state of Israel in order that the state of Israel may be free. Our guide, looking down at the grave of one young man, said, "You know, it's always the few that carry the many. It's always the few that carry the many." And I say to all of you here tonight that we are that few, that we are the ones that have to be there for each other and for our community. We are the few that have to carry the many, those that are out there that can't be involved or in some cases won't be involved. And then the second story occurred in the former Soviet Union, again on a Federation mission. There we were on the fourth floor of a walk-up of a Holocaust survivor, an elderly woman. Picture the apartment. One room, one light bulb in the center of the room, very little heat. She's an invalid, unable to get out and unable to eat unless someone brings her food that our dollars help pay for. She's an old beat-up radio by her bed. That's her only entertainment. And all you could hear coming from the radio was static. So I said to our group, let's buy her a television set. How much could it be? It can't be any big deal. The woman did not speak English, and I, of course, did not speak Russian, and so our guide asked her if we could buy her a television set. And I saw the old woman shaking her head, no. And I said to the guide, please ask her why she will not allow us to buy her a television set. So the guide asked, and her response was, you do enough. You do enough. Well, I would submit to you tonight that I don't do enough. I can't speak for each of you, but I don't do enough. And let me say this. Every single one of us in this room tonight is important. Everyone in our community is important. And it doesn't matter the size of our gift. It only matters that we do all we can so that we can look in the mirror and say we as a community do enough. Can we each make one more call? Can we each hold one more person's hand? Can we each give one more dollar? For those of you who do not know, the Jewish Federation of Greater Atlanta is the premier fundraising organization in our community. But in a very, very real sense, it is more than just a charity. It is proof of the unity of our community, of the fact that Jews from every walk of life and every part of Atlanta can and will pull together for a worthy cause. And let us never forget that there's always a need. Let us never forget that there is no rest. And let us never forget that we must all stand up daily together. And also let us never forget that we are all, after all, dependent on each other. We all have the same hopes, dreams, desires, and aspirations to live in peace, to be as prosperous as possible, and to enjoy a vital, vibrant Jewish life for ourselves, our children, our grandchildren, and for generations to come. And one more thing not to forget. We are, in fact, doing holy work here. We are raising money to feed people, to keep them warm, to make sure they're cared for and comforted. We are raising money to make sure the next generation of Jews is willing to take responsibility for the generation that follows them. We are raising money to help secure the future of the Jewish people and the Jewish homeland. We are raising money because our people, our fellow Jews, are threatened and hungry and afraid. It's the power of one. I think this truism speaks volumes. Without each one of us, it won't happen here. As the saying goes, to the world you may be just one person, but to one person you may just be the world. And so in closing, I have my own tree story. John F. Kennedy often quoted the great French marshal Louis Lottie, who once asked his gardener to plant a tree. The gardener objected that the tree was slow growing and would not reach maturity for 100 years. The marshal replied, "In that case, there's no time to lose. Plant it this afternoon." My friends, a world of cooperation, a world without anti-Semitism, hunger, or poverty, or disease, a just and lasting peace, may be years away for the Middle East, for Atlanta, Georgia, for Jews all over the world. But we have no time to lose. Let us plant our trees today. And please remember this: each day, each of us has the ability to change someone's life. Within each of us at this very moment is the power to do things we never dreamed possible. As I said at the beginning, I am so humbled. I'm humbled beyond words to receive this honor, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Hey, Steve, you forgot something. Seriously, I'll bring it to the house. Well, welcome, everybody. In the history of comedic television, Saturday Night Live stands without a peer. For 37 seasons, SNL has been on the forefront of the pop culture and political humor agenda in our country. Now, the reason for this brilliance is because it has a combination of incredible performers and unparalleled writing. Tonight, we're thrilled to have the head writer of Saturday Night Live and the host of Weekend Update.
Live from Atlanta, it's Seth Meyers.